Ooh, fan. It's like wicked dark out here. The Americas are about to do daylight savings this upcoming weekend. But it's already dark. I don't know about you, fam, but I haven't gotten out for a walk in a minute. Pretty much the last video was the last time. It's been a couple of weeks. It's been a lot going on. There's been not enough going on, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that there won't be anybody else out and about unless they're going to work, you know what I mean? It's about 6:45 a.m. Still very dark. Just trying to get that habit going again, you know? I got quiet because I thought I saw someone, and it's just like yard decor. I got spooked. Oh, my pathing is blocked off. Wow, there's a hole in the road. That was concrete. That's what happens when you're, not watching where your feet are going. I just have been in the mode where, not only do I not want to bother others, especially since I'm filming, and dogs tend to be an alarm system in and of themselves, but also my sleep schedule. It's one of the joys of working from home, right? Choosing your own schedule. I feel like I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm still not used to it, After a lifetime of either customer service, or for a decade I did QA in the gaming industry. So, cubicles. Corporate life, right? Minion style, anyway. I still eat super fast. Is anyone else used to that training with those first jobs? Like fast food and stuff, where it gets you in the habit of having only 30 minutes. And if you're a cigarette smoker, it's even less, really, to eat anyway. So you just kind of hoover it down. I still, in my 40s, I'm trying to remind myself to savor it, you know what I mean? Enjoy the food, it tastes good. Coming up on the pond, but it's definitely wet, so I'm not gonna walk through the grass. Look, it's me. Plus, other than being near a highway, I just love the quiet, you know? I know that people like to talk about circadian rhythms, but I don't think it's just a neurodivergency thing, you know? I feel like for some of us, we just feel better. Everybody's asleep, and the energy and the vibe is nice and chill. You know? And that's good for our mental health. It's just about figuring out the jobs, right? How we can still pay our bills while being true to ourselves. And some people never quite figure that out. How many people do you know who retire and yet they gotta go, they still gotta do stuff, and they end up getting jobs. They end up going back to work. Okay, it's like wicked dark over here. We're just gonna hoof it up a wee bit, get out of this section. I'm not quite sure why I came over here right now. Yay for motion sensor lights helping me out. But I feel like all too often we're fed crap, and it's expected of us to follow through with the crap, when in reality there's just so many possibilities. There are actually so many options, you know? May whoever you are, wherever you live, may you always have all the options, all right? I wish that for you, because damn, I like my simple life, you know what I mean? I don't belong in the rat race. I don't belong in corporate bullshit. And that's okay. Just about figuring out without other people's voices telling you what. Right? Like, I'm so tired of those people who are like, you know what you should do. You know what you need. Like, can you ask me questions and actually listen to me before you start dictating? I love how chill my neighborhood is. I love being surrounded by a bunch of grandparents. I'm no spring chicken. So, you know, we haven't made it this far for nothing, fam. We haven't survived all that for nothing, you know? So whoever you are, wherever you may be, may you have all the options. May whatever your environment is be conducive to not only your joy, but also your creativity, which, you know, can go hand in hand, yeah, but they are two different things. How many people do you know turned something they love into a job and completely ruined it, right? That's kind of how I felt when I began doing a booktube channel. Like, just left to my own devices, I actually read pretty fast. But, man, ever since then, it has been a struggle, and it's been about 5 years now coming up. And I still, like, I want to read, but I just, you know? And I didn't even get monetized on that fucking channel. God damn it, you know? But I loved it until some frickin' idiot kind of tainted the well a bit. And then I was like, well, that's not fun anymore. I'm gonna pivot. And I did. May you always remember that you can pivot. You know, you may need to do some planning. You may need to have some savings first before you pull that plug, right, from whatever job you've been doing that only paid the bills, but it was crushing your soul. How many people would love to work for Disney? But I had a buddy who worked for Disney, and he called it his soul-crushing job. Paid the bills, you know, at least enabled him and his wife to remodel the bathroom, you know. But he wasn't happy. It wasn't the job he wanted. It was the job he had that enabled him to at least, you know. How many people think that they have the job and the lifestyle that they want, only to realize at some point that it's hollow and they haven't been happy for a long time? The grass isn't always greener, fam. And who cares what somebody else's grass looks like? There ain't no HOA here. My glass is just fogged up so bad. Man, other than the traffic up the way, it's so quiet. I love it. Got some purple lights in somebody's living room. I like it. It's my favorite color. And another thing, since, you know, we chatting, it's okay if the people in your life, be it family, friends, co-workers, peers, it's okay if they don't understand. They don't have to. Only you do, okay? Only you need to process this shit. Only you need to answer your own question. You know what I mean? Nobody else is drawing air into your lungs. Nobody else is having to live your life. And anyone trying needs to back the fuck off. They got their own. We're gonna skip the dark portion this time. I'm passing the pound. I would show you, but it's like Wicked Doc over there. Finding Nemo, anyone? It's Wicked Doc down there. I may originally be from Massachusetts. It's okay. It's okay. It comes out every now and then. Yeah, no doggy alarms. I love it. Just relaxation. It's beautiful. Just barely, the sun is starting to rise. I hear birds. The sky is beautiful. Now I can see where the clouds are. It's gorgeous. Seems like more people are awake than I thought. Or it is an illusion. A wise illusion. I don't know, I feel like a part of my reason for being up at night, because I take care of my mom, right? I feel like a part of, whether it's just simply me and my sleep schedule and what comes naturally to me, whether it's the norm or not, I don't care. Normal is up for perception, you know what I mean? Not everyone eats bacon and eggs for breakfast, you know? I feel like a big part in it is that responsibility of it all, you know what I mean? If anything happens, I need to handle it. There is no one else to take over. There is no one else to help, because you know what happens when I go visit my friends and I stay the night at their place? I'm ready to pass out at like 8 p.m. I'm passing out on their couch at like 9. Because it's not all on my shoulders, you know? And any time in the past, if like I had a honey over, same thing. Because I know there's somebody there who can help. The camera's having such a hard time with this lighting, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean? When I know there's someone else around who can help me, then I can sleep. But otherwise, it feels like insomnia. Well, what if it isn't just insomnia for so many people like me? What if it's, you know, the responsibility of it all? Like parents with little ones in the house. What if something happens? Hopefully no one can relate to that, right? I don't wish it on anyone. Something seemingly so simple and yet can really weigh on you, like those passive things, right? The stuff that are just so mundane and so a part of your life that you don't even realize the impact it's still having on your mental health. Just breathe. Breath work is scientifically proven to help your body, fam. Hi, kitty. Oh, flee. It's okay. They spooked. There was an orange cat, though. Should I be spooked? Oh, my goodness. Pretty sure this is a third lap. Feeling pretty good. Maybe we'll do one more. Probably because I'm missing steps by not going down the area with all the stupid appliances. If you know, you know. I showed it in one of the previous videos. Oh, we just now hit 1 mile, so yeah. And not going by the pond and around that dark area. No wonder why I feel so good. I've only just now hit 1 mile. I wonder if the camera can pick this up. Let me Franken edit for you so I don't dox people. Look at that. The sun's over there somewhere, fam. Hey. All right. Car. Dude, if someone winds up following me again, I am going to lose my mind. don't start, there won't be none. People tend to underestimate me because I'm small. Little Amy? No, not anymore. It's pretty wild how things like learning self-defense, like you just carry yourself differently, you know? Most of the people who are gonna try, they don't want someone who's easy, you know what I mean? They don't want someone who's paying attention and capable of giving descriptions who might fight back. But some people are just dumb. I feel like that's really what kind of ruined it for me, because I've barely walked out here since that evening that I was followed through by some creeper. I don't know if it's a neighbor or if it was somebody delivering some pizza or what, but I know I didn't appreciate it. And that's one of the main reasons why, since I've been doing these early morning walks, most of those idiots are finally gone to bed, you know? The only people I see now are my neighbors going to work. Feels safer. I say while my head's on a swivel because it's still dark. But then I thickened up with strength training. And I've also done a lot of just inner healing, you know? I was definitely trained to be a people pleaser, to defer to others by my mother. It's really unfortunate when it's family that causes the trauma, right? And we can talk about generational crap all you want. I still say, you know how it felt when you were a child. Most of us, right? We think I would never do that. And yet, how many do? Because it's all they know. Except, how many of us followed through on not doing it? We worked through our crap, and our children have no idea. I had no idea what my father's childhood was like. I only knew that he was like my best friend growing up. And I was so shocked and didn't quite know how to process when I found out, you know. It was like the summer I turned 12. A lot happened on the paternal side of things. Cousins, I mean. That summer, everything changed, including my parents divorcing, my own parents separating and divorcing. But you know what wound up happening? A year after 9/11, the exact date, but a year later, my father had a stroke. His was one of the best outcomes one could hope for. But I also realized he doesn't need to be living alone. He's forgetting to take medications. He's nearly getting robbed. If it hadn't been for his incredible neighbor befriending him, you know? And being super paranoid. Thought someone was just coming behind me. for a second. I was about to lose my... Do not recommend, but you know what? This is going to be the last loop. I didn't like that. That felt like a warning. You know what I mean? That intuition. So let's go ahead, cut this one in half, and just go to the mailboxes like I tend to. And just call it good. Because that was creepy. Do not like. Goodness gracious, fam. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable. It's got a raindrop on my nose. So, yeah, time to go. Back inside. Man, now I'm just getting jumpy. Alright. Where are my keys? Mailboxes. Right. We haven't checked the mail in a while. Pretty sure our voting ballots are in here. Oh, we haven't checked the mail in a while. I haven't checked the mail in a while. Just checking boards. Making sure everything's good. Sometimes people put things up. Hey, like somebody is a seamstress. So sometimes, like I am about to move, you want some crab? Yeah, I want some crab dance. Goodness, that thing was full. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. You want to see something funny? Can you guess? This is the first right that I take outside of my own street. I'm on foot. It's okay. Alright, fam. If you've been hanging out, walking with me, thank you so much. I hope that your day is incredible. Unless you're just trying to fall asleep. In that case, sweet dreams. And I'll see you next time, okay? Hey.